just to be sent to Benin, but at their own backyard, they did not do anything about it until Nigeria and Americans will have to come and strike some of these positions. He also raised the broader questions about whether is Nigeria a sovereign nation and can anybody invade their privacy and sovereignty by striking some of these positions. Considering the fact again that recently some Nigerian military officers have been stopped or has been detained in Burkina Faso, the Sahel region will be on their legs. And I want to say that our president, President Mahama, will have to issue a statement to this fact and knowing what he know about it and how the West Africa region ECOWAS will have to tread on the path that do not open out our airspace to foreign nationals to be striking positions within West Africa.
Very well, Richard. I mean, there are those who think, including citizens of Nigeria, who are concerned that really wherever U.S. boots and arms go, it has never been a success story. Are those concerns justified? What would you say to such a position?
Definitely, yes. Everywhere the U.S. goes, it comes with two bags. There are positives and there are negatives. So what is going to happen is that when the negative happens, you are going to see a lot of jihadist activities within the West Africa region or within Nigeria. And I want to believe that the Nigerian army are prepared and they will work with their U.S. counterparts against pushing the jihadists away. On the other hand, the U.S., by their religious grounds and by proclaiming that they are Christians, also give hope to the church in Nigeria, and not just the church in Nigeria, but across the whole West Africa, that when you touch Christians in the manner that is being done in Nigeria, you will have a big brother that will come to your aid. And this is the double standards or the double package that goes with everywhere the U.S. has been. By and large, I want to say that leaders of nations, particularly within West Africa, will have to do more in maintaining stability and providing security assurances to their citizens, irrespective of whichever place they belong to. In Ghana, we have a peculiar situation where Christians have lived with their Muslim brothers together with our traditionalists, and we never had a problem. And that is why I think that the African Union, the ECOWAS Union, and the President of Ghana, President John Mahama, will have to issue a statement in this regard, whether we condemn it and we support it, and what is our position. Other than that, we are the next neighbors when it comes to Nigeria. They are the big brothers in West Africa, and whatever happens there affects us here directly or indirectly, and we cannot speak for some of these things to happen on our soil.
Richard, hang in there for me. Let's head back to Nigeria. Abdul Latif has returned on our Zoom connection. Abdul Latif, you were telling us that finally someone is doing the needful, and that has been the response for a number of Nigerians. Tell us a bit more.
Yeah, so generally Nigerians are excited about this because it looks intractable. You know, we've tried all that we can to stop these bandits, these terrorists, but they keep returning to Nigeria. Don't forget that Nigeria had a banditry problem. People were rustling cars of mostly Fulanis in the northwest of Nigeria. However, some of these people went as far as Mali to get people who were supposed to fend off, those who were coming to rustle cows. It is this set of people who now turn themselves into people who are taxing Nigerians, who are stealing from Nigerians, who are attacking, who are killing. And some of them are conniving with local miscreants and bandits and robbers to attack people, tax people. So for us, it is something that has snowballed into something that was never expected. You bring in the ant-infested wood into the house, and then the entire building is overrun by the maggots. In any case, the terrorists that Trump referred to, the ISIS, are actually predominantly in the northeast of Nigeria, operating in places like Borno, Adama, and the rest, and the Chad region. However, Lakurawa are also terrorists. So even though many call them bandits, they get inspiration from the Malian, terrorist groups who are also linked to ISIS and ISIL. So it's a welcome development. What we are not clear about is did this attack, how many terrorists did it kill? Did it affect, innocent villagers? Was it precise attack on terrorist enclaves? If so, how many did they kill? Because if they kill a good number of them, then we should have more attacks.
Really, really important questions you raised there. Despite the U.S. President Donald Trump talking about precision attacks, it's important that we know the breakdown of how precise those attacks were. But now we know that the exercise was held in consultation or in collaboration with Nigerian authorities. What are the comments they have made so far about about this?
Yeah, the foreign minister did speak about this attack, this operation, and he said beyond the attack itself, which was, according to him, a successful one, there is a mischaracterization. The idea that Christians are being protected by these operations is not it. All Nigerians are being protected because all Nigerians are affected by the activities of these miscreants, these terrorists. Therefore, that is the only departing point. Beyond that, this is a welcome development. It's a joint operation, and more of it should be expected to ensure that Nigeria becomes, an uneasy space for terrorists and elements that are trying to, upset the security architecture of the country.
I see, Lateef. For those who agree, for those who disagree, what are their reasons for disagreeing with the U.S. strike in that part of Nigeria?
Those who disagree, basically, cite the cases of U.S. intervention in countries across the world. It is seen that countries where the U.S. has intervened in the past has not had any semblance of peace. There's a lot of attacks, a lot of killings, and the countries are left, in disarray. Most of those times, there is no collaboration between the U.S. and the countries where such attacks happen. But in this case, it's slightly different, and we are hoping that it will not degenerate into the point where the U.S. and its forces will turn Nigeria under Afghanistan, where killings and bombings are taking, different directions that cannot be contained. We are hoping that this will help to contain the terrorist activities. It is not as if the Nigerian army is not doing its best. It is doing its best. It only needs to be more equipped with better technology and technical intelligence to intercept terrorist movements and forces.
Very well, Lateef, we'll leave it here. Good connecting with you again. Abdul Lateef Ahmed is a journalist in Nigeria. Richard Kumado, I'll give you the final word on this discussion. Listen, the Nigerian people are hoping that this does not degenerate. You talk about how Ghana should be more worried than Niger. Why is that the case? This is on the border with Niger.
Definitely, we have a key relationship with Nigerians. And if you look within the West Africa zone, they are like our big brothers. So whatever happens here have an effect on us, directly or indirectly. To the extent that our president speaks largely to that effect, and to the extent that our foreign policy says that we are friends of all and enemies of none, I think our president will need to mediate in some of these cases, and we need to show leadership, and we need to show that Africa is capable of managing their own affairs, rather than allow external forces to be hammering people within Africa. But then again, for those Christians who have had their people being killed, and the activities of bandits in Nigeria is a known story that has been written about largely, they will be happy that at least somebody has taken the precise decision. So this is where we are, and we hope that in the coming days, something positive will come out of it.
In the coming days, indeed. That's all we have time for right now. Richard Kumado is a security analyst. We'll turn attention to things affecting us in this country right now.
Absolutely. And we're taking you to the Volta regional capital of Ho because 15 persons have been arrested by the police following sporadic shooting incidents around the Ho Central Mosque this morning. The incident has escalated tension in the area, with a number of residents sustaining injuries. Correspondent Faisal Abdul Idris joins us with a bit more in terms of the details. Faisal, what more do we know about this disturbing development in the Volta regional capital of Ho? Why was there shooting this morning, and do we have any more updates as well in terms of the security situation following what happened a lot earlier this morning? And Faisal, I understand, will join us, but that's a situation right now in the Volta regional capital of Ho, where there was sporadic shooting this morning. The police have rounded up 15 individuals. On the back of that, some persons have sustained varying degrees of injury as well. And we see joint military and police presence in that part of the country following the incident from this morning. There's been concerns of tensions in the area some weeks ago. In fact, Faisal brought us details of a bit of misunderstanding as to who becomes the leader of the Muslim community there some weeks ago. It will be interesting to find out if this has anything, the shooting incident from this morning, has anything to do with the incident from that time and what the situation is now. But you see bullet casings on the floor as well from what we've seen and the videos that we've seen, and people gathering in their numbers, even from shots seen a short while ago as well. People are still huddled together and having conversations, not quite sure why we saw what it is that we saw. Some persons injured as well from the video footages that were seen, and the joint police and military presence as well, which has characterized the scene this morning up until this afternoon. But Faisal Abdul Idris is my colleague who's joining us via the phones right now. Faisal, provide to us a bit more details. Is this linked to the disturbance recorded some weeks ago, rearing its ugly head again, resulting in the firing this morning?
Morning at about 9 a.m., we are told some masked men appeared at the whole center mosque, demanding that people who had gathered here earlier, today is Friday, and so at 12, between this period and 1, there will be Jumu'ah prayer. So people had started marching up around the mosque when the masked men appeared at the mosque, demanding that they leave the place and also asked that they give them key to the mosque. This thing resulted in confrontation between the masked men and the people around the mosque. Within the period, gunshots were heard. I am not able to tell who are behind these morning's attacks, but what I can confirm is that some people have sustained gunshot wounds. I've seen empty bullet shells here on the ground. I've seen blood stains on the floor. So far, 15 persons have been arrested. 3 of the persons arrested, we are told, also sustained various degrees of injuries. But during the confrontation, the sporadic gunshots that were heard, we are also told that some people sustained gunshot wounds and are currently in the various health facilities, including the Teaching Hospital, receiving treatment.
Faisal, I was asking, you've brought us details about some reported concerns within the Zongo community in the Volta regional capital of Ho. Is this in any way linked to that development from some weeks ago, or this is a completely new happening?
Well, I am not able to confirm that yet because the police have not made any official statement as far as today's happenings are concerned. But it cannot be far from the issues surrounding the confusion around the Volta regional chief imam, except that I cannot confirm that on authority because the police are yet to make any official statement on it.
And outside of the police and the request for official statement from the police, what have authorities as well been saying with respect to the development? And even for the residents who were present when all of this happened, what have they been telling you as well?
Well, so the Municipal Security Council is yet to say anything. The Volta Regional Coordinating Council is yet to say anything because it's a developing issue. But the presence of the police and also the military here is an indication that the authorities are reacting to the disturbances and wanting to restore calm. As I speak to you, the place is highly tense because a good number of residents have massed up around the central mosque. Even though there are security officers here, they have massed up here, and so the place is highly tense. And so there is no statement from the authorities at the municipal level yet. And because this is the regional capital, we expect that the Volta Regional Coordinating Council makes a statement going forward. And so we are looking forward to hearing something on this. But as I speak to you, The people at the hospital, those who sustain gunshot wounds, we can't even confirm their numbers because at the hospital, we're not allowed to assess them for security reasons.
Right then, Faisal, we'll leave it here. I'm sure we'll come to you again for a bit more in terms of the details. That's Faisal Abdul Idris, is my colleague in the Volta regional capital of Ho.
Now, it's masquerade festival time in Takoradi, and the streets of Sekondi Takoradi are electrified as the ankos or masqueraders take over Christmas. Everyone is joining the party, both young, old, male, female. Irama Smith is live from Takoradi with all the action. Irama, speak to us about how ankos is playing out. Irama, I can't hear the horns or the screaming or the shouting or the music.
Yes.
Or the cheering. What's happening?
It will start at 2 p.m. So we are gearing up for the biggest show this evening, whereby more than 45 groups will be showcasing their dancing skills, their costumes. You know, the dance is called Atrimu. And each group has a way of doing it that makes it very unique. So this afternoon, from 2 p.m., all of them will be lined up to parade this particular dance and their costumes, those who will be on stilts and different marks this afternoon.
I see. Tell us a bit more about the Ankos Festival.
Right. So, you know, when you come to Sekondi Takoradi, Christmas is synonymous with masquerading. But this year, Connect FM, Media Journals radio station in Takoradi, is partnering with the biggest masquerading group in town, that's Supreme, to put together this Ankos village. So it started on the 24th. We had different activities, but today is the climax, whereby from 2 p.m., we'll be having 45 different masquerading groups showcasing their skills, as I indicated earlier, and they will be parading here. And the expectation is very high. Different families, different groups will be gathering here. If you are not part of it, you'll be here to cheer them on. There are stands here for refreshments and all that. So it's a whole village here in Takoradi, and it will start at 2 p.m. Tonight we are not sleeping because it will carry on until tomorrow.
Is this a free event, Irama?
It is a free event. It is a free event. Thankfully, we've had some institutions supporting us. We have First Bank, we have Coca-Cola, we have Mex Multimedia, and many other institutions supporting us. So this is basically free.
Very well. All the best then. We will join you again at 2 p.m., right?
Certainly, and I hope next year you will be in town to have a personal feel of this excitement.
Well, you never know. I could be there in the next 3 hours, right?
I know, right? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, Irama. Irama Smith is our Western Region correspondent. There's more of such coming up ahead here on News Central. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
On News Central is uncommon, but this year's festive season has been marked by persistent showers, dampening celebrations in parts of the country. In the Ashanti region, particularly Kumasi, the unexpected rains have disrupted outdoor events, leaving many residents and even event organizers unable to fully enjoy the Christmas festivities. My colleague William Evans Inkum has been observing the situation in the Ashanti regional capital. Let's connect with him right now. William, just how concerning has the rainfall been for open-air events over the past few days?
Well, Mawana, very concerning, and maybe it suffices to borrow this informal expression, like event organizers catching diarrhea, because now it is very much uncertain to them. Starting from 24th rain here was a total downpour. Then on 25th, intermittent in several parts of the Ashanti region, affecting some events in the region, to be precise. But yeah, I mean, in some event organizers that have spoken on camera said they remain steadfast as far as the intermittent rain is concerned. Of course, for merrymakers, some will certainly defy the rain. Nonetheless, they have not underestimated the impact of the recent rains on, outgoings and, of course, merrymaking. But then, Mawina, many have been asking, what has happened to the amphitheater, which was promised sometimes in terms of completion sometime April last year? Well, this morning I visited the site, and it looks like a pale shadow of itself. Nothing is happening. The entire project has been halted. A project was supposed to at least host 1,000 gatherings. And also at least complement. In terms of making events successful in the Ashanti region, because about 90-95%, or approximately 90-95% of events are held in open space. So the amphitheater was supposed to be the game changer as far as entertainment in the Ashanti region is concerned. But, well, it's still halted.
And we're talking about the second largest city in the country and one entertainment hotspot. We know there was an initiation of the amphitheater, which you've spoken about, and you've talked to us about its state as well. How are residents reacting to all of this vis-a-vis the celebration?
Well, they are disappointed because now the talk has been that every major event is centered in Accra, and Kumasi is also becoming a fast developing economic environment across every sphere of the economic life. And entertainment growing the local economy is something that also cannot be underrated. But there are certain things that needs to be done to ensure a swift growth as far as entertainment contribution to the local economy is concerned. And the amphitheater is one of those things that many believe that will also contribute significantly. Because, we're talking about culture in the Ashanti region, and we don't have enough places for, holding major events. If it is not Baba Yara Sports Stadium. And Mawina, if you could remember, the last time even Takoradi held events at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, rain or damper delayed that particular event. And the question that people ask, if that particular event was held in a very close or, like an amphitheater, maybe the narrative would have been different. But hey, people have been asking if the current administration is committed to the completion of the amphitheater, then it will be of immense benefit, not only to the government, but to the people in the Ashanti region.
Evans, we'll leave it here. But just perhaps one last one from me. How is the outlook looking like in terms of the weather today? Hopefully, persons could step out today and have some fun as well.
Well, you can't track the weather. So if you look behind me, this is one of the events, and this is at Chomakwanwoma, a peripheral area as far as Kumasi is concerned. People are trying to beat the weather because they are not certain. Right. Having a very friendly weather, so they just want to, hurry events or hurry as far as their engagement, the public engagement in open space is concerned, in order not to be beaten by the region.
Evans, thank you. Thank you very much. That's William Evans, who is my colleague in the Ashanti region and our Northern Bureau Chief as well.
Christmas is a season characterized by exchange of gifts, particularly on Boxing Day today. Some members of parliament are calling for more support for the needy during the festive season. Joseph Armstrong has the rest of the story.
Christmas is a season of merrymaking, and many people receive gifts from friends and loved ones. However, not everyone gets to enjoy the season due to financial constraints. To ensure that underprivileged individuals also partake in the celebrations, some members of parliament are encouraging the public to show kindness and generosity during this period.
This is the season of giving. This is the time to bring joy and happiness in connection with the birth of Christ, which was good news to the world. This is the period of thanksgiving and bringing joy and happiness to people's lives. Let us embrace all of it. Together is a blessing to our nation.
We have people, even what to eat a day is difficult. So this is the time you can also organize the little you have and give out. It shouldn't be food alone. It can be clothing, it can be money. Go to the hospitals, help people who cannot pay their bills, get out of the hospital.
As part of efforts to bring smiles to the widows and widowers in Ablekuma South and Amansama constituencies, a group of benevolent individuals have presented 2,000 live birds, 2,000 bags of rice and assorted drinks to these individuals. Desmond Hudenu Bedi, the team of the group, spoke with the news team.
This is the 6th edition that we are doing in Polygono. The same program will be also held in Oduman in the next 1 hour. So it is virtually for putting smiles on the faces of widows and widowers within our communities.
Some of the beneficiaries in gratitude after receiving their Christmas gifts. Boxing Day got its name when Queen Victoria was on the throne. The name comes from a time when the rich used to box up gifts to give to the poor. It was also traditionally a day off for servants who would receive a special Christmas box from their masters.
A lovely bit of history as well in terms of Boxing Day. Well, the president of the Association of Market Women in the Greater Accra region, Mercy Afrowa Nijan, has expressed satisfaction with what she describes as improved economic conditions in the country. Speaking to TV3, the market queen commended the government for stabilizing the economy, noting that trading activities have significantly improved, especially during the current festive season. Joseph Armstrong has the rest of the story.
Over the years, trading activities in many market centers have been challenging, with several businesses collapsing due to the continuous depreciation of the Ghana cedis. However, visits to some major markets in the capital reveal a more positive outlook as traders express renewed confidence and satisfaction in business activities, particularly during the festive period. The president of the Association of Market Women in Greater Accra, Mercy Afrowa Nijan, praised government for measures put in place to stabilize the economy. She added that this year's trading conditions are far better compared to previous years, giving traders hope for sustained business growth.
Really, we are in the festive season and it's really a happy time. In fact, there are so many surprises for us this season because this is the first time that we have seen Accra choked with people going up and down buying. Now it seems as if things are going very well. Everybody has got something to come and buy for the child or come and buy something for the house. And we are very happy. It is the first time. It is the first time. And I hope it will continue. This tells you that things are becoming better. And we wish by next year it will be best.
The market queen also used the opportunity to call on government to intensify efforts to curb illegal mining, popularly known as galamsey, warning that it poses a serious threat to local food production. She cited recent reports indicating the presence of heavy metals in some food crops as a growing concern.
If the galamsey is not there, then this pollution and so on will not also be there. For the vegetables, cereals, we are very interested. We heard about the news. We were pleading to know what exactly we can use to prepare our food to make it very safe for us. But with all that, people still continue eating kontomire and the vegetables. I think that is the only healthy food we have. So we will eat it, but I'm pleading if there's a method that can be used to make it more safer for us, we'll be delighted to have it.
The president of the Association of Market Women in Greater Accra further urged the Food and Drugs Authority to go beyond merely announcing the presence of heavy metals in food products. She called on the authority to also provide practical guidance to consumers on safe food preparation methods that can help reduce associated health risk. Joseph Armstrong, Gold with TV3, Accra.
And that will take us on to another break here or News Central. We'll return with a bit more for you. Stay with us. While many families gathered around festive tables on Christmas Day, nurses at the Takoradi Polyclinic remain at their posts, finding purpose in compassion. IC regional correspondent Yvonne Nikwe has been interacting with them.
Driven by passion, sustained by compassion, and rewarded by smiles of their patients, nurses of Takoradi Polyclinic have been sharing their Christmas Day stories from the front line of care.
Oh, I feel excited. I have been caring since then, and I'm happy to care for them during Christmas because it's my job. And I have to. Caring for my patients is all about me, and my patients are always happy with me too. So I'm okay. Caring for them in Christmas isn't a problem at all. We wish them Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Very happy to work on the Christmas Day. I always want to see mothers always smile after delivery, getting their baby after delivery. Wish mothers a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
As a health personnel, it is my duty to come to work when it's time and when I'm on duty to come. No excuses. I know we have families and we have other responsibilities, but right now the children are vacated, but our job comes first. And we have to come and then work and take care of people. So it is a normal duty.
For parents who brought their children to the health facility for care, Christmas meant hope amid uncertainty. All is not well, but I still have hope in God.
"48 hours until we paint the Labadi Beach white with the biggest party as we climax this December. The 3FM all-white party promises to be a perfect night filled with a star-studded lineup and electrifying music performances from the hottest DJs in Accra.
The 3FM All-Whites Party, which began 7 years ago, has evolved over the years from a simple overnight trip to Akosombo to a spectacular year and extravaganza aimed at bringing together listeners and viewers for a remarkable celebration after a hectic 2025. The much anticipated All-Whites Party Beach Edition is set to kick off on the 28th of December and promises delivered high-energy performances from some of the country's top entertainers.
It's our 7th edition and we're really excited about this particular one because it's the beach edition first and foremost, where we're collaborating with Labadi Beach Hotel, which are the top notch in terms of hospitality. Every single, well, they've won multiple awards to show for it, so we're really excited to collaborate with them this year for the beach edition of it. So it's happening at Labadi Beach Hotel, the private beach area of Labadi Beach Hotel, and we have 3 of the finest artists that have thrilled us in the year 2025. The party is always multi-layered because we have our live band element, where we have some of the finest live bands giving us renditions of all the great songs. We have the DJs that create an atmosphere of a club or a party throughout the event, and as well give us the ultimate after party at the end of the event. Then we have the artist performances. So we start off with the live band, we enter into the artist performances, and we wrap it up with our after party with the DJs.
Now a staple on the festive calendar, the 3FM All-Whites Party features some of Ghana's finest entertainers, including Kofi Kinata, Jackie and Stonebwoy, delivering unforgettable performances to an audience dressed elegantly in white.
We're going to be in live and full color at this all-white party this Sunday on the 28th at Labadi Beach Hotel. And as we've said so many times before, come and let's just enjoy the end of the year with Samba Ghana. We're here to just elevate the event and make sure that everyone goes out this year with a smash.
I'm inviting everybody to the 3FM All-White Party on Sunday. Come through, come get your tickets, come get your tables. I'm going to be spinning all your favorite tracks from hip life, Afrobeat, to Amapiano, to the dancehall, to everything. Bro, come through. It's the beach, so I advise that you come around with some low-heeled shoes. Or better still, you can take them off and dance in the sun. I mean, come through, let's have fun.
The beach edition promises even more excitement and fun. To purchase a ticket or book a table, dial *928 *12 *12 hash or call 053 110 0927 or call 053 220 0927.
Promises to be exciting this Sunday, the 28th, at the Labadi Beach Hotel, and I'm particularly excited about the Samba part. Yeah?
I can imagine why.
Oh, you only gotta imagine. Samba is, you have to visit the carnival.
I can imagine why. It's okay. I'm sure I'm not alone.
That's our bulletin for you on the Boxing Day edition of the news. I am Awina Egbeta.
And I am Kemeni Amano. We'll see you same time Monday. Will that be the new year?
No, Monday is 29th.
Yet.
Not yet.
Well, then Merry Christmas from me and the rest of the team. Bye-bye.
Monday.